I want to invite you for a special Google Hangout on Sunday, the 17th, on ending suicide. What triggered me to do this is apparently the suicide of Robin Williams a couple of days ago. What I plan to do is not only look at the solution for suicide, but also the causes for suicide. But I want to confine my observations only to the spiritual uh, aspect of it. What are the spiritual causes for suicide? And what are the spiritual solutions for suicide? It is appropriate to do that because life and death are intensely spiritual, because the spirit comes into being when somebody is born, and the spirit leaves when somebody dies. So life and death have to be traced to their spiritual cause. Now, why people want to commit suicide spiritually? Spiritually speaking, it is because the soul in a previous lifetime had contemplated on suicide, or perhaps even committed suicide. And the memory comes in, and then you begin to uh, reenact that. And this is what motivates people to commit suicide. And there's a lot of literature to prove this from the Indian context. So the scriptures talk about why people commit suicide. It is because they have done that in a previous lifetime. And if you look at the suicide bombers in the Middle East and also in Japan, this theory holds good, that these souls who die prematurely or unnaturally, they reincarnate again and do that. And that is primarily the cause, spiritual cause for suicide. Now, the solution also has to be spiritual. And what can you do? You can educate the soul. Educating the soul has to do with certain rituals that are being done in order to affect the soul, the soul at that level learns that suicide is not a good idea. The ritual is called tarpan, or offering the soul certain food and other items. I will talk about it at length during the webcast. I am personally convinced that the spiritual cause for suicide is what predominantly motivates a person to commit suicide. The solution, which is tarpanam, offering food offering and to the spirits, has proven to be very effective as far as my research goes. So I want to do this show so that people can be benefited from this understanding from the perspective of the soul. I look forward to make this presentation because it is more like my own soul wanting to do this. Otherwise, it was not something that I planned to do. God bless.